What's up, guys? It's Intense Investor here, coming at you again for another lovely episode on my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about how to set up a pre-search node. I did do some prior videos on this last year when I first set up my first 27 nodes, but I wanted to revisit it and just make another quick little video on how to set up the node. I think I've learned some things that'll be helpful, and I'll be able to go through it a little bit quicker so the video is not as long. But if you didn't know about Presearch, I actually just did an AMA with Colin Pape. He is the CEO of Presearch. The mainnet for Presearch is launching on May 26th. That means they're going to run live search engine traffic through the nodes. So they've been setting up some gateway nodes for all the individual nodes people are running. It's going to help handle the traffic. Those have been coming online over the past week. So a lot of exciting things going on. I think they now got like over 4 million users on Presearch. It's installed on lots of Android phones, pre-installed on them over in Europe already. So lots of big things coming for Presearch. So let's go ahead and get into how to set up Presearch nodes. I got like a step-by-step procedure here. Should be pretty painless and also easy for you to do. Thank you. So guys, in order to set a Presearch node, you're gonna need to do the following steps to completion. This is just the initial steps here. You need to set up your Presearch account. You can do that by going to www.presearch.org. Just make sure you got the correct address in there and you're not going to a cloned phishing site of some type and get scammed. So second step, I would download PuTTY. You can go to www.putty.org. I'm using the Windows version. If you need to know what version of Windows you're using, 32-bit, 64-bit, go down to the search bar, type in, it's either my computer, my PC, right click on that, and you should be able to see what version of Windows you're using. So PuTTY is basically going to interface with your VPS. After we set up the RackNerds VPS, it'll let you interface, set it up, run all the commands, and get that going, because it is a headless VPS that we're going to be setting up. So you need PuTTY to be able to run the commands, or else you can't set it up. I like to use Kucoin if I need to buy pre-search coins, so I would recommend using Kucoin. I'm an American citizen. I've never had to do any KYC with them, so it's always worked very well for me. And then once you get those Presearch coins bought on Kucoin, you need to send those to your Presearch wallet address, and that all goes back to the account we set up in the first step. So you'll be able to go in there, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You'll get your address, you'll send your Presearch coins from Kucoin to that address, get it going. It works really well. It's easy to do. So like I said, I'm running these RackNerds VPS. They're very cheap, $22 a year. Divide that by 12. It's not even $2 a month. And I have a command list to run on PuTTY to get everything set up through these RackNerds VPS like I was just talking about. With the current price of these nodes, you're probably going to make around $9 to $10 a month per node. So I'm running 27 nodes at the moment. That might make me $270 a month. I'm at least going to set up probably about 13 more nodes today. I might only get to 10. That'll put me around the 37 to the 40 node quantities. That's what I want to do. I'm going to walk through this real quick and show you what to do. So let's get into it. So guys, like I said, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to register a new account with Presearch if you have not done so already. So you need to go to presearch.org. I'll also put this link in the description. So click over here on the top, you're going to click register or log in. You want to click on that, and you'll see where you can create a new account down here on the bottom. You're going to hit that. And then it's going to ask you for your email address, password. You're going to have to hit the CAPTCHA, I am not a robot, and click the I have read and agree to terms and conditions. Then you're going to hit sign up now. And guys, something really important is when you do make your presearch account at presearch.org, make sure you set up two-factor authentication. You have to download the app on your phone, and it'll give you a 6-number little code that you can put in to validate your account. So I highly recommend that you do that once you set up your account, just for security purposes. So once you've made your account on presearch.org, you're want to go to the nodes dashboard, which is nodes.presearch.org/dashboard. You'll see the link or the URL to that page up in the top left corner here on my screen. So you'll see I got 30,000 pre-staked at the moment, and there's 6,114 available to stake. I'm going to send quite a few more from Kucoin so I can get my max number of nodes that I'm wanting to create today set up. I've earned these the past couple days. It's 189 pre. This registration code is crucial to setting up the node. You have to put that number in to the code when you run the putty and you set up each of these nodes for presearch. So it's really important you don't share this registration code with anybody. You'll want to hit copy when you do put that in your code. I'm going to show you here in a little bit how to do that. As you can see, all my nodes are green right now. They're all connected. I know when I set my VPSs up to run the nodes on, I always put the IP address here that they give me in the email after I set the VPS up. After I buy the VPS from RackNerds, I actually put that IP. That way, if I have any trouble, it makes it easy for me to copy this IP address, go back and search my email and pinpoint that exact one. Then I can get the password, go into putty, and I can fix it really quickly. If you don't know like what IP it is, it makes it a little bit tougher. So I just like to do that for identification purposes, and I can go in and fix it in like 2 minutes. All my nodes looking pretty good here. I did have some trouble with my number 1 node, the first one I ever created, jumping on, and as you can see, the rewards are like 210 and the reliability score is like 57. Most of my reliability scores are like in the 70s, and I got a couple here that are in the 80s. My highest one's 86. That's number 3. It's made 249 pre. Not necessarily does the one with the highest reliability score make the most pre, because I got some here with just a little bit lower reliability score, but they got more pre that they've earned. Like this one here, it's 83 reliability score, but it's earned 272 pre. And when you look at the stats, they're calculating that reliability score. Basically, you'll have successful requests, and then you'll have attempted requests. Here's your server statistics here. This one's doing pretty good, 100% average success rate. And here you go. The latency score is 54, the uptime's 99, the average success rate score is 94. So it looks like they're taking an average of those, and that gets your 82 reliability score. And that has to do with your rewards, how much pre you're getting. So it looks like that's how they're calculating that. But guys, just keep this registration code in mind for later on when we do the actual setup through putty. It's really important. You're going to need it, and I'll show you later. So here we are on www.putty.org. You'll see this link up here, download putty. You want to click here to download. So I'm running 64-bit Windows. You'll notice they got quite a few different ones over here. It even ask you, not sure whether you want 32-bit or 64-bit. A lot of computers now are 64-bit operating systems. I clicked on the one up here, 64-bit x86 is the one that I installed. So you want to click on that. It's going to download it. You'll install it. And if you're not sure, you can put like you can put this PC down in the search bar, type that in. You can right click on this, hit properties, and it'll show you here system type, 64-bit operating system, x64 based processor. So that'll let you figure that out pretty quick. If you do that, so that's an easy way to tell. So download that, set it up, and when you get done, you're going to have this putty looking out. It looks like this right here. And that's why I was talking about you're going to need your IP address for your VPS later. They're going to email that to you once you buy it from RackNerds. I like to use RackNerds. It's only $22 a year for a VPS. And like I said, I've had good uptime. That's what I'm looking for. Something that's relatively cheap where I can still make my money back on the rewards that Presearch is paying me for running the nodes. So for now, I'm just going to X this out. We'll come back to it. So guys, the next thing we want to do is we want to get some presearch coins. That's designated by the $ PRE when you look at the exchange. I'm on Kucoin exchange at the moment. As you can see, I'm not verified. I've been using this since the end of 2020. Never had any problems with it. I've run quite a bit of money through it. So it's a great place to get presearch coins. And then from there, we can shoot it over to our main dashboard here. You just hit pretty much transfer pre, and you're going to hit from the blockchain, and then you're going to see the address here. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to put it in Kucoin after I buy some pre. We're going to buy it first. So up here on Kucoin, you want to go up to trading account, and you'll see I got 1,334 USD. That's USDT I meant. So you're going to type in pre. We're going to hit trade the pre-USDT pair. Now, if you got BTC, you can also sell BTC and buy pre with that pair. But we're going to sell USDT for some pre. So let's click on that. That's going to take us into the trading dashboard. I'm already set up here. I got the pre up. As you can see, pre's starting to run up pretty good here. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, it got down to like around 5 some odd cents. Now it's up to 12 cents. So people are really buying it here before the mainnet launch. So we're going to hit market buy. So we're going to buy pre. I'm going to click 100%. So we're going to buy $1,334 of pre. I'm going to hit buy pre. It's going to do a market buy. Market buy means it's going to buy at that moment whatever the market price is. So let's see how much we got there. Go to trading account. So yeah, that got me about 10,773 pre. That's enough to make at least 5 nodes, and then I got some more that I got probably about 20,000 pre in my main account over here. So I'm going to transfer these to the main account. That's the thing with Kucoin. If it's in your trading account, you got to transfer it to your main account before you can withdraw it. And if it's in your main account, you got to transfer it to your trading account before you can trade it. So we're going to hit all. We're going to hit confirm. We're going from trading to main account. We're transferring so we can withdraw. So when we go to main, I got 30,000 presearch coins over here now. So that is totally awesome. I'm going to transfer this to my presearch dashboard. So we're going to hit withdraw. And you'll see the withdrawal address. I'm going to go back over here to presearch node where my presearch address is. Now presearch is an Ethereum token or ERC20 token. It's on Ethereum blockchain. I'm going to hit copy. This is the address you got to send to inside presearch. I'm going to go back to Kucoin. I'm going to go to wallet. I'm going to hit paste. It'll ask you what's the network. So the withdrawal fees are actually like 300 pre, which is pretty high. Minimum withdrawal 600. Remaining daily withdrawal amount 200 BTC. That's a lot right there. 200 BTC withdrawal amount without any KYC on my account. They let me do that much. Pretty crazy. So we're going to click it. Yeah, that's $37 in fees. Wow. So Ethereum ERC20. We're going to click that. confirm it. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit for fees. So I'm going to have 29,841. Now we got this set up. You're going to click all, and then you're going to withdraw, right? So we're going to hit withdraw. It's going to ask me some safety phrases, what address I'm sending it to. You might have to look at that address, double check it, just make sure it matches there. I usually do it a couple times just to make sure. Looks good to me. I'll hit confirm withdrawal. Then you type in your stuff here. You're going to send your verification code. So I just got done with the withdrawal transaction submitted. Should see it pop up here saying status received. So it's going to be processing this over to my presearch ERC20 address over on the presearch dashboard. I'm going to give it a little bit till it pops up. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and purchase a RackNerds VPN, get that set up and ready to go. And I'll show you that process really quick. After that, we should be ready to make some nodes. So guys, here we are on RackNerd.com. It's www.racknerd.com. The VPS we want to purchase is the KVM VPS, the 512 megabytes of RAM with the single vCore and the 15 gigabyte RAID 10 SSD hard drive, 500 gigabytes bandwidth, $22.99 a year. That's the one we want to order. To get there, you want to click on VPS up here and then KVM. That'll get you there. So you're going to click order now, and then you're going to see that pop up. So the location is New York, and you got Ubuntu 18.04 Linux with Docker installed. This is extremely important that Docker is installed. If it's not installed, you got to add some more steps in here that makes it a little more complicated. So just them having Docker installed really helps. That means the only thing we got to mess with is really PuTTY, just to interface with the VPS and set the node up. So that is set up the way we want it. New York, Ubuntu, and that's the only option you got there is New York. So we're going to go with that. Server label is going to be this right here, $22.99 annually. Or you can do $45.98 biannually. Just hit $22.99. So continue, and then we're going to want to review and check out. So let's check out. You're going to see your information come up. I'm going to use Bitcoin to purchase this. So you click cryptocurrency. It'll show your address, got your account. You're gonna hit complete order. Okay, you got to click the terms and service. So make sure you click that. So complete order. It'll show your IP address down there. So here's the invoice. It's unpaid. I'm gonna hit pay with cryptocurrency. Now you can send this crypto from any address that you have. I'm going to send it from my Exodus wallet. You can send it from Coinbase wallet, Voyager, wherever you got your crypto. I just like to keep it in Exodus because it's like a hot wallet. I can just swap things like to there really quick and then somewhere else like to my hardware wallet if I want to, which is more secure. But it's a good little holding area. If I just want to put not a whole lot of funds there, maybe a couple $100 for something like this, it works really well. So we're going to hit pay with cryptocurrency, and you can see payment methods here, and you're going to see billing information. I'm going to click Bitcoin over here, and I'm going to hit complete checkout. It's got your amount. So you're going to see this address. You're going to want to send 0.0007900 BTC to this address. It gives you it gives you around 3 hours to send it. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to my Bitcoin that I got in Exodus here. I got $132. I'm going to send Well, I copied that address. I'm going to paste it here. And again, this is the Exodus wallet version 22.5.10 if you want to try it out. Works great for like holding, I don't hold a lot in here. I just put like small amount of funds. You can hook your Trezor to this to make it more secure, but it doesn't support all the coins that it supports with the Trezor. If you're not using the Trezor, it supports a buttload of coins. And with the Trezor, you can definitely put your Bitcoin, Ethereum on it. Cardano, all those are supported. I think Polkadot, maybe Solana. Anyway, you copy that address that we're going to pay to on RackNerds, and then we're going to go here, remaining amount. We're going to copy that. That's what we got to pay for the VPS. So I'm just going to paste that. So that's $23.24. Then we're going to hit send. Remaining balance $108 in Bitcoin. So double check it real quick. Address, hit send. So I ask you if you're sure. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go back and we'll just give it a second and see what happens there. So guys, we're still waiting on my pre to show up from Kucoin. So we're waiting on that. And on the coin payments, that payment did go through. So I should get an email with the IP address for the VPS and also the password. I'm going to need both of those in order to set up the VPS using Putty. So those are going to be really important in the setup process. The 29,841 pre just showed up in my main pre-search dashboard account. Like I said, it's ERC20 token. You got to make sure you send it to the right address. So you copy that, copy it into Kucoin, send it using the procedure I showed you, and it should get there just perfectly. So it's there. We can now begin the node setup process. So when you look at this, each one of these nodes is linked to a RackNerds VPS that I bought separately. There's been some discussion on whether it's better to run, say, 4,000 pre on a node versus 2,000 if you make more rewards. But it was found out through some research that the community did that running like 2 nodes with 2,000 each, 2,000 pre-coins each is better than running 1 node with 4,000 pre-search coins. So that's why when I started, they let you run a node with 1,000 pre-search coins. So I had a couple here that were grandfathered in, and then I made some more, that were all running on 2,000. Actually, most of the first ones I made were 1,000 per node, but now all the other ones are going to be 2,000 from here on out. So I'd made these other 3 with 2,000, and all my original ones had a stake of 1,000 pre-coins, and they're all up to version 0.10.1 right now. So the way this works, say I want to make my 28th node right now. So 27 was my last one. So I want to make number 28. We're going to have to pull up Putty. So now it's going to ask me for the IP, right? So I need to go to that email where I just bought the VPS from RackNerds. I need to get the IP address of the VPS and also the password. So let's go and do that. So you're going to paste this IP address into Putty, right? And then you're going to hit open. It just says the server's host key is not cached in the registry. You have no guarantee the server's computer you think it is. The server's RSA2 key fingerprint is blah, blah, blah. If you trust this host, press accept. So I'm going to accept. So when we log in, you're going to log in as root. So type in root, hit enter. And the password is going to be in the email that RackNerds just sent you. So you need to copy that password, paste it in here. So I'm going to do that real quick. So it's funny how this acts when you paste this password because you can't see it. Like I've already copied it. It's in my clipboard. But when I right click, I just right clicked, right? It pasted it, but you can't see it. So it is there, but you can't see it. It's confusing. So you hit enter. All right. So now it looks like I'm connected. Welcome to Ubuntu 18.04. So I'm in my VPS right now. I'm linked to it using this PuTTY interface. So now I got these codes off of the Telegram Discord for Presearch. So I have them on Notepad. I have the node setup initial. I have one for node stop and restart for already set up nodes. And then I have a repair code for already set up nodes. So we're going to run the initial setup. But the thing you need to be careful of is right here, you got to get that registration code. So you see this registration code equals. You want to copy and paste that where it says enter your registration code here. So this little part you're going to replace with your registration code. So let me go copy the registration code. You're going to find it right here. I'm going to copy that real quick and paste it. So you hit copy, or you go back to the notepad where you got your presearch commands. I'm also going to put these in the description. So I don't want you to see my code. So I'm going to paste this in, then I'm going to copy this whole code, and then I'm going to paste it into the PuTTY interface here, okay? So once you've pasted the code, you're going to see this, right? I copied, pasted at that command prompt. So I'm going to hit enter. So going back to the presearch dashboard, you'll notice that there's a node showing up now without any description. This is the one we just set up with the VPS and using PuTTY. So we interfaced, we ran the code, you put your registration number in that code so it would know, you know, what user it was, what node it was, like the nodes connected to your dashboard. That's how it knows, right? Because you got this registration code that's inside the code. And that's why this just showed up on my dashboard. This is a new node. I don't have any pre-stake to it right now. So I got 35,000 pre to stake available. So we got to stake 2,000 to be able to get rewards, right? So I'm going to minimize PuTTY. So I'm going to hit stake right here. And we want to say 2,000. On this description, I like to keep it like RackNerds number 28 with this IP address. Let me go ahead and fill this out. So I went and copied my IP address for this new node, the 198.23196.252. It's node number 28. I don't do anything with the external URL option. I do like to hit send email on disconnect and send email on reconnect. That way I know if the VPS gets disconnected, and then if it reconnects, and I got considered disconnected after 5 minutes. That's good enough. So this 2,000, that's the minimum you need. It tells you right here, minimum stake for nodes 2,000 pre or 0 to unstake. So if you set it to 0, it's going to unstake, and it's coming out of my balance of 35,956 pre. So I'm going to hit update. Basically says update pending. Let's go back to the node list. So right here, we can see it's the 2,000 are staked right now. So you can see the green little socket plug-in. That means we're connected and everything ran as it should when I ran the code. The version's up to date. 2,000 pre are staked. And I got 33,000 pre left. I can make some more nodes, which I'm probably going to do later. I think when I get done, I'll probably be at around 40 nodes when I get through making all the other nodes. Pre, it's an awesome project. Search engine utility, which is probably one of the best utilities in all of crypto. It's still a very young company. Great team behind Colin Pape. He's the CEO and founder. Be sure you watch my AMA with him. Great guy. He answered a lot of great questions that I sent his way when we had our AMA. So yeah, that's really it for setting up a presearch node. I hope it helped. Keep an eye on your sockets here. Make sure they stay green. If you ever see one go out, like I said, run this repair code right here. Copy that. pull up the putty just like we did when we ran the node, put in root as a username, find your password. You can copy this IP address, put it in your email, and find it, get the password, go to putty, put the IP in. Like I said, enter the root password, then you can run this repair code right here, and that'll allow you to repair your node. So everything looks good, looks like it got set up correctly, and that's really all I got for now. So if you got any comments or questions, leave them down below. All the links for anything I covered here for the VPS, the RackNerds, the Kucoin for buying the the putty, any of that stuff is in the description. So I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.